It is that time of the week, San Francisco 49er fans. It is Friday, which means it's Prediction Friday. And so we are going to preview this matchup against the Seattle Seahawks. We are going to do our players of the game predictions, score predictions, bold takes. And for the first time, we are going to build out our first DFS slip courtesy of Sleeper Fantasy. And I'm excited to get into this one. You guys already know what to do. Drop an SDS in the chat, smash that like button, and let's talk some 49ers football. Let's go. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Love to see it. Happy Friday, everybody. Hopefully you guys are having a phenomenal day. I'm looking forward to this one. We got some updates. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of circle the wagons on the injury updates because it does sound like both teams are dealing with some pretty significant injuries. And I just came across one for the Seattle Seahawks. I'm not sure if you guys have seen the clip of Pete Carroll speaking about the injury to Geno Smith. But after watching the video, I do not believe that Geno Smith is going to play. I think Geno Smith is out. He's officially listed as questionable with a groin, but I think Geno is not playing this week, and that is huge for this game. Obviously, we're going to be doing predictions and all those different types of things, but if the San Francisco 49ers are going to be facing off against Drew Lock opposed to Geno Smith, I mean, that's obviously a good spot to be for the San Francisco 49ers, but not a good spot to be for the Seattle Seahawks. So that is definitely going to be something that the 49ers, or I might have to say the Seahawks, are going to have to definitely try to overcome because, man, it does not sound good. When Pete Carroll was talking about the injuries to Geno Smith, very non-committal, just kind of put it up to essentially the fact that we'll see. We'll see. Wouldn't even call him a game time decision, just said we'll see. And the story goes is that Geno Smith tweaked his groin in yesterday's practice. And as a result, they signed a quarterback. They signed Sean Mannion to the practice squad, a quarterback that has experience in this system with Pete Carroll. And in the way that Pete talked about Drew Lock is that it does appear that he's preparing for Drew Lock to play. He said Drew's been waiting for his moment to start. All these, just the way he spoke about it, it really does sound like they are preparing for life without Geno. So that changes a lot of our predictions for today. It changes a lot of some things, like, because we know that going into this game, this is going to be a desperate Seattle Seahawks team. This is their last shot at trying to solidify their record, solidify a shot at the playoffs. This is their last shot, and they're going up against the hottest team in the NFL, the San Francisco 49ers, that just absolutely cooked them what feels like just a week ago. So this is a tough spot. I'm glad I'm not a bird. That's really all I got to say. This bird gauntlet that the 49ers have been on has really been difficult for all the birds that have faced the 49ers. So it doesn't appear it's going to get any easier. And if they don't have their starting quarterback, I would not be a very optimistic Seahawks fan right about now, having Drew Lock having to head into a stadium which it's been almost a month since the 49ers have played at home, and Levi's Stadium's going to be rocking. So this is a huge task for them, and we still don't know the status totally of Kenneth Walker. He is listed as questionable, is expected to be back. Zach Charbonnet, also same thing. He's questionable with a knee. It sounds basically Pete Carroll seems pretty optimistic about all the players listed on the injury report, not named Geno Smith. So it'll be interesting to see, but the 49ers are going to be down a couple players as well. Eric Armstead's going to be out this game. Spencer Burford's going to be out. Ray McLeod's going to be out. Elijah Mitchell appears like he will be out. So the 49ers will be down some guys as well. But they're not down the quarterback, and that is a big, big potential loss for the Seattle Seahawks in a big game for them. So we shall see what this ultimately looks like. But how are you guys feeling? I feel like the confidence is at the all-time high right now with the San Francisco 49ers. And obviously, Brock Purdy, undefeated against Seattle, and has an opportunity to add another win to that column. And it just does not feel like the 49ers are slowing down. Feels like they're only going to keep pushing their foot on the gas pedal. And if they are down their quarterback, Geno Smith, that is going to be a tough break for them. So that's a big impact. That's a big thing. That's a big change. Not having their quarterback. Ooh. Woo. The bird gauntlet right now is sizing up well for the San Francisco 49ers. So it's going to be wild. Let's get into it, though. And like I said at the beginning, we're going to be doing our first custom slip. And when I say custom slip, as you guys know, last week, the SF Niners and Sleeper Fantasy have partnered together. They are official partners now of the SF Niners. They are my go-to fantasy app. I use them for all my dynasty leagues. I use them for all my startup leagues. It's phenomenal, and they have just transitioned into doing daily fantasy. So we are going to build our first daily fantasy custom slip, and we are going to do it for 49ers versus Seattle. And I'm excited to see how that works out, because this is going to be something that we'll come back to, and we'll see if we are big winners. And on top of that, we also have a really big offering. That basically we have deposit matching up to $500. If you go anywhere else, you will only find $100 deposit matching for DFS, so daily fantasy. So we're going to be able to give you up to 500 deposit match, meaning you drop 500 as a deposit, they shoot you 500 straight into your account. So I'm going to drop that at the end, show you how to sign up for that good stuff. But I'm telling you, we're cooking up some good stuff over here on Sleeper, and I'm really excited to be partnering with this group because they're doing some good things, and their app is phenomenal. But we'll get into that in a little bit. Let's start breaking down this matchup. We do what we normally do. we will look at the offense and the defense for the Seahawks, and then we will start to break it down. And as like I said, per usual, we will do offensive and defensive players of the game. We'll do bold takes and of course, we'll do score predictions, and then we'll finish it off with a custom slip. And we'll see if the SDS could potentially put together a winner. So let's see what we got. But right now, as we've already discussed, the San Francisco 49ers are dealing, or I guess I should say, it's not the 49ers, it's the Seattle Seahawks that are dealing with some potential big time injuries, which obviously is going to have a huge impact on how they play against the 49ers. And right at the top, you see Geno Smith, but I think it's going to be Drew Lock. I do not think that the 49ers, I don't think Geno plays. Let me hold on. Let me get this. I got to get this post out really quick. Will play versus 49ers. If you listen to the clip, it appears they are preparing for Drew Lock to start at quarterback. Ooh, boy. Oh boy. I don't know if that is officially listed as questionable. All right. My apologies per usual when I have to make a post on live. If you listen to the clip, it appears they are preparing for Drew Lock to start at quarterback. All right. Looks like we're going to see some Drew Lock here potentially. So lock it in for the San Francisco 49ers. I mean, I can't wait to see the score predictions on this one. Don't drop your score predictions just yet. We're going to save that for the very end. But again, when we look at this roster, Geno Smith, I don't think he's playing. I think it's Drew Lock. And then with Kenneth Walker, Zach Charbonnet, they're both listed as questionable. I'm expecting that they both play, but we'll see. And then, of course, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, and JSN will be the starting wide receivers for the Seattle Seahawks. And I would imagine that we have the same game plan as the San Francisco 49ers had on Thanksgiving, which was put Charvarius Ward on DK Metcalf and just let him travel. So wherever DK goes, Ward goes, and we're going to see another Ward masterclass against DK. So obviously Ward did really, really good against AJ Brown last week, did absolutely phenomenal against DK in the first matchup, and he will get DK yet again. So that is going to be a matchup that we are going to be looking for. But don't forget about JSN. JSN had that phenomenal catch. But the big thing here is who's throwing these guys the ball. Who's throwing them the ball? Who's throwing them the ball? So I don't know, man. They might be in some real trouble. Obviously, who knows? Maybe Drew Lock comes in, has a Cinderella type story, and is on fire and what have you. But I'm not going to bet on that. I'm not going to bet on that at all. So I'm going to bet on the San Francisco 49ers right now with how their defense is playing. And when you look at Noah Fant, tight end, Nick Bellore, and you look at the offensive line, I think the offensive line will be in better shape than they were just 2 weeks ago because Abraham Lucas, their star right tackle, will be back, which helps them for sure, because they were getting taken advantage of on that right side the last time they played. So Abe Lucas is going to solidify that offensive line a little bit. Um, they might have an opportunity to give uh, Drew Lock a little bit extra time to get loose. But like I said, I feel bad. I feel bad for Drew Lock having to get thrown literally to the wolves, and the hungry wolves at that. The 49ers are going to make that guy's life hell if it has to be him. So, based on this particular matchup, let's hop right into it. Which defensive player is going to ball out and become the defensive player of the game? I look at the offensive line, I look at the wide receivers, the questionable health at running back. This feels like a defensive line game. This feels like a game where the 49ers will be without Eric Armstead. This feels like maybe we see Javon Kinlaw have a big game. But let me know who you guys are thinking is going to be the defensive player of the game. Drop it in the chat and we will break it down. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Obviously, a ton of good options. Right off the bat. Ooh, Jair game. Okay. I could see that. Again, a lot. I've been asked the question about Logan Ryan. Is Logan Ryan going to start over Jair Brown? And I really don't think that's why he was brought in. I think he was brought in to be a veteran presence, to be veteran depth, and obviously in a pinch, if they need him, of course, Logan Ryan could be a guy that the 49ers rely on. But I think they're happy with Tig. I'm happy with Tig based on what I've seen on tape. Um, I'm not worried about it. So if they go out there and they put Tig in that back end of the defense, I think they should be just fine. So we'll see. Let's see. Cheyenne says, I see it being Ward again. Charvarius Ward. I mean, that would be a great 3-week run for him. It'd be a great run for him, especially with the Pro Bowl coming around the corner. Get some extra votes for these guys. That would be great. Frederico. Fred's balling. It's going to be our edge rusher. 9 sacks for our defense. Woo! Ambry Thomas for a pick 6. Book it. I think it honestly could go either way. It could be the pass rush getting home, or the pass rush getting home so quickly that Drew Lock just starts spraying. If you know what I mean, just starts getting that ball out, making bad reads, making bad throws, and putting the ball into harm's way. That's kind of what you're looking for with the potential of an inexperienced quarterback like Drew Lock. Get pressure on him, force him to get the ball out quickly, and then force him to make just bad mistakes. So that is kind of the hope. That is kind of the hope. So it actually, it's really pick your poison with who's going to be the defensive player of the game. Travis says it's simply Fred. He played spy last game. He'll be everywhere this game. That's a good point. He'll be unlocked a little bit. James on Facebook says Chase Young. I know a lot of people were kind of down on Chase Young last week, but man, if you watch the tape, he was impacting the game. He just wasn't getting the numbers. I thought the defensive line played well. and they were making it. They were definitely challenging the Eagles' defensive line. Dabbing says Colin Chase Young breakout game. Diamador Lenore. I do not believe that Oliver's will play. We haven't seen Oliver since the bye, to be honest. Bosa gets a sack. Young gets a sack. Kinlaw gets a sack. You get a sack. You get a sack. You get a sack. Congratulations. It's Christmas. Everyone gets a sack on Drew Lock. I think I know who I'm going with already, but I'll save that for the end. Last time I picked a defensive player of the game, he tore his ACL. So out of superstition, I will opt out of giving one this time. You know what? I respect it. I respect it. I get it. I get it. So, understandable. We'll allow it. Lenore will get a pick. 8 sacks and 2 INTs, one by Ambry, one by Demo, and Kittle. Oh, save your Kittle predictions, but Kittle 120 yards receiving and a touchdown. Gravedigger, Javon Hargrave gonna bury Locke. Locke's gonna be running for his life. I feel bad. I feel bad. Ooh, good call. Dre is coming back mad about last week. He will probably ball out. That's a good point as well. That's a great point. Jesse says 49ers just need to act like it's the Eagles again. Fair enough. Bosa and Ward. Tig. Yeah, this feels like a lot of players could get after it. Like, honestly, it really does. I'm gonna go this way. So for my defensive player of the game, I'm gonna go against the grain a little bit here. Obviously, I really do think you could put a name in the hat. Any starter on defense, pick it out, and you'd be like, he's a player of the game, and you might be right. This could be an Ambry Thomas game. This could be a Tashawn Gibson game. This could be a Fred Warner, a Dre Greenlaw. This could be a Chase Young. This could be Bosa. Literally could be anyone. When you have a backup quarterback who you know is going to potentially be under duress for a majority of the game. So as a result of that, I'm gonna go here with defensive player of the game. I'm going to go with Javon Kinlaw. I think Kinlaw has been playing well. I think he's been playing well all season. And I think with the additional snaps that he is going to get because of Eric Armstead's injury, I think Bosa and Young are going to collapse the pocket from the top, and they're going to force Drew Lock or Geno Smith up into the pocket. And I think Kinlaw could have a day. Kinlaw's been great in the run game. And I think if he can continue to add some sacks, like, I think Kinlaw could have another 2-sack game for sure. So Javon Kinlaw is going to be my defensive player of the game because he will likely get the start here against Seattle with Eric Armstead being out this game and potentially the next one after this. So that's kind of the way that I'm looking at it. So we'll see. We will see. Keep your receipts. We'll come back to it. So let's get ready to look at the offense or the defense, shall we, and how the 49ers defense matches up against, or the 49ers offense matches up against the Seattle Seahawks defense. And we know these guys. We just saw them. The San Francisco 49ers literally put this whole group in the wood chipper. I don't know how much analysis we need to give, considering that we saw what the 49ers offense just did to these guys. Leonard Williams was not a difference maker at all. Boye Mafe, no. Draymond Jones, no. Bobby Wagner, remember Bobby Wagner thought he had a sack on Brock Purdy, and Brock just flicked it out, and Wagner throws him to the ground, and then meanwhile you have George Kittle fighting for yards behind him. You had Juwan Jennings cooking the whole secondary. Listen, I expect the San Francisco 49ers offense to dominate this group again. I'm typically the kind of person who keeps all options open, just because you never know, any given Sunday, all those different types of things, right? But I'm not seeing it here. I'm seeing the San Francisco 49ers absolutely cook this group. And so the question becomes, when we are trying to determine who's going to be the offensive player of the game, it's really just pick your poison. Pick your poison. Who's going to be the offensive player of the game? Because it could be anyone. It could be the whole team. I'll allow Kyle Shanahan votes for offensive player of the game. But to be honest, man, the San Francisco 49ers right now look unstoppable. And even when they are stoppable, they still figure out how to get it done in the end. So, man, I don't know. Hopefully I'm not overly confident. But I don't think I am. So let me know. Drop your offensive players of the game in the chat. Let's see what you got cooking with this. Who do you think is going to ball out? Is it going to be Debo? We're going to get another Debo game. Is it going to be Brandon Ayuk this time with the multiple touchdown game? Obviously, Christian McCaffrey is a great bet, right? For anytime touchdown, any of that. Of course, Brock Purdy, the MVP frontrunner, is always going to be in a good spot for consideration for offensive player of the game. There are so many different options that you could roll with, and you might be right when it's all said and done, because right now the 49ers offense is doing something that we haven't seen since 2004 with the Colts. Now, you might have seen this earlier, but the 49ers have four players. They're the first team that is on pace to have a 4,000-yard passer and four players with 1,000 scrimmage yards. The last team to do that was the 2024 Colts, with an MVP season from Peyton Manning, Edgerrin James, Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne, and Brandon Stokely. So that team was legendary. They didn't go all the way. They got beat out in the divisional round by the Patriots. But that regular season team led by Peyton Manning was crazy. Peyton Manning broke the league record for touchdowns in a season. And so right now, honestly, like, we're going to do our custom slip here in a minute. This is a great team to like, honestly, as I'm starting to get more into, like, the DFS stuff, this is such a great team to bet on because you could bet on multiple 49er players and you could hit on all of them. Because I mean, 4 players with are on pace for over 1,000 scrimmage yards. Brock Purdy's on pace to go over 4,000 passing yards. Uh, let's pick your poison with this offense, and of course, with Kyle Shanahan calling all the shots, you never know who's going to ball out. So I want to see who you guys think is going to ball out. So drop your offensive players of the game in the chat. And I'm seeing off the bat that we are going to get a George Kittle game. Kittle is due for 2 touchdowns. So I'm going to go Kittle. And I think you're right. So also too, when we're thinking about this, keep this in mind for when we build our slip, so we can kind of work through who we want to pick and the over and unders we want to play. And I'm looking forward to that because I think I've never really played daily fantasy, but the more that I'm learning about this, I'm like, oh my gosh, what has taken me so long to come around to DFS? And I think I'm gonna win some money at this. And I'm gonna try to show you how you can win some money too, if you care to play. But James says, Brandon Ayuk, do we put up a 40 burger this weekend? I think it's in the cards. I do have a TikTok, but I've never gone live on TikTok. I've thought about it many times. Uh, Run CMC for sure. Kittle game. Ayuk, Ayuk is on fire. Purdy game. It would totally be a guess for me. I'll go with BA. If it were up to me, it would be Jawan Jennings. Ooh, Jawan. There's been a lot of talk about Jawan this week. Jawan's getting his flowers. I love it. I love it. Side note, I took CMC as league MVP for 8,000 and got that might be something right there. Oh my goodness. Um the first time Purdy balled out against the Sea Chickens, he didn't have Debo. I wonder if announcers will mention that. Well, Debo looks ready to go, and he definitely has an opportunity to go absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy in this game. So I'm hoping we see a Sam Darnold game. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for Sammy playing the whole fourth quarter. That's kind of what I'm looking for. I'm looking to see some Sam Darnold. That's the type of matchup that I'm looking for. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. La da da da, la da da da, la da 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 da. All right. So let's see here. Sam Darnold taking a knee in victory formation? Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Any other offensive players of the game before I give mine? CMC, BA. We got another CMC. Need to save Debo for important games. He is nuclear grade explode. Facts. Facts. Uh, Dot Purdy throws for 5 touchdowns and silence the critics for MVP. This could be a big Dot Purdy game. Is no one else kind of sad there's 5 weeks? Yeah, I'm extremely sad. I'm very sad because this season has went by faster than previous seasons. And I felt like it was a season that I was so highly anticipated. And the fact that we're almost through it makes me sad. However, I do expect the San Francisco 49ers to have an extended season, and hopefully they extend it all the way to the last game. That's really what I am hoping for. So, if I had to pick my offensive player of the game against this group, it's literally pick your poison. Pick your poison. Who's it gonna be? Man, we would all agree that Deebo Samuel was the player of the game against the Eagles, right? Offensively, even though Brock had 4 touchdowns, I would say that Deebo was for sure the defensive or offensive player of the game with his 3 touchdowns. He went crazy. So for this particular game, I feel like I feel like Purdy's going to have another day. Just another day of getting the ball around. Getting it around to pretty much anyone, right? So that's really what I'm looking forward to. I think yeah, I'm going to go Purdy. I'm going to go Purdy game. Purdy game because Purdy has a hand in everyone's success, right? Purdy has a hand in everyone's success, but I think we see him airing that thing out. I think he's gonna have a day. So, but that means that could translate into Kittle, Ayuk, Debo. Someone's got to be on the receiving end of it. So we'll see. I'm gonna go with the Purd Dog game though. Purd Dog. Do any of you guys have your bold takes for this game? I need some bold takes, man. Like I'm talking bold. I wanna be like, oh my goodness, that is a bold take. And the more specific the bold takes are, the better. The more outlandish the bold takes are, almost even better. So drop your bold takes and then we'll get into score predictions. And I have a feeling that this might be one of our most lopsided score predictions of the year. That's a good one. This is a really big bold take because you already know Pete Carroll keeps that gum on him. He keeps that gum on him constantly. So for him to run out of gum, that would be crazy for sure. So we'll see. K9 is going to destroy the Niners, man. Why? Why would Kenneth Walker do that? What makes you think that? I guess that's a bold take right there. That is a bold take by Adam. That Kenneth Walker is going to destroy the San Francisco 49ers. I don't know about that. Defense scores as many points as the. Ooh, that is a bold take. I like that one. Kittle, 3 touchdowns, 150 yards. Purdy, 6 touchdowns. Ooh, keep that same energy when we build out our custom slip. Purdy throws 5 touchdowns. Okay, I think I know where I'm going with. I think I know where I'm going with this. Feliciano wins starting job. Oh wow. Ayuk 8 catches for 110 yards, 3 touchdowns. Dang, someone's going crazy. Niners defense leaves them scoreless, not even at make it whole. I love this energy right now. Dre and Fred both get a forced fumble and a pick. Yup, love it. Feed Ayuk. Ronnie Bell has 2 touchdowns. Woo! Juice 2 touchdowns. Let's go. 2 Jair INTs or a pick 6. I love that. I love that. All right. So this is the bold take. K9 without Armstead, 150 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. Wow, that's either a lot of respect on Eric Armstead, which is worthy, or it's just a hell of a lot of disrespect on every other defensive player that will be playing. I'm gonna take it as disrespect. That's how I've decided I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna 100% look at this comment and be like, this is disrespectful to the 49ers defense. I don't know if you noticed, the Eagles could not run the ball to save their life. Now, Kenneth Walker, to me, is one of the best backs in the league. But Chase Young, Nick Bosa, Javon Hargrave still exist. And guess what? One of the areas where Javon Kinlaw has thrived the most is in the run game. So, and he's what? Solid 6'6", 320, all muscle. Yeah. I feel all right. Now, that doesn't mean K9 can't have a good day. But we'll see. Justin says, can't wait to see this clip with Kenneth Walker's rushing total after the game. We're pulling receipts after the game. CMC 4 touchdowns. Carroll throws his gum to Geno and Locke. No security guards will F with Dre Greenlaw. There you go. Yeah, they all got the memo. Aloha, Smitty, what's good? 7 sacks, 3 interceptions with 2 defensive scores. Dude, I think this is going to be the most wildest score prediction we've ever done. I think it's going to happen. Oh, there we go. There we go. Time to shine. No Elijah Mitchell this week. No Elijah Mitchell. Ooh, I like this one. K9 average under 2 yards per carry, a.k.a. getting cooked by the 49ers defense. All right, it's that time of the show. I want to see how confident you guys are, man. I have a feeling this might be one of the most wild score predictions that we have seen in recent memory. So it is now time for you guys to drop your score predictions in the chat. And this, for me, is always a great indication of confidence. To me, this tells me how confident you are in the San Francisco 49ers getting the win. It's very rare that we are going to pick the 49ers as losers. So what this exercise is about is telling me how confident you are that the 49ers are going to win. That's kind of what this is. If it's close, if it's a 3-point game, that means I'm not so confident. If it's like some of the ones we've seen in the chat so far, that means it's confident. So yeah, I think we're a confident bunch heading into this week. I think we're a confident bunch, and I think the Seattle Seahawks are about to face off and square off against a literal buzzsaw. So yeah, not the best. Not the best for them. We'll see though. We'll see. Let's see what the chat's talking about. We'll do our last bold take. DK gets tossed from this game for throwing a punch after being demoralized all day. Nice. All right, our first one, 42-3. I have a feeling this tone setter is going to last throughout all our score predictions today. 42-0. This is maniacally disrespectful, and I love it. 50-3, also maniacally disrespectful, and I love it. 38-10, that feels realistic. 49-0, maniacally disrespectful, and I love it. 44-10, Kenneth Walker has 1 touchdown. Okay, this does feel also realistic. This one, as maniacal as you can get, 500-0. 35-23. All right, well, hey, K9 goes wild and the 49ers win 35-23. That's still a good finish. 40 burger to Seahawks 12. 42-13. 31-10. 46-6. 49-2. 34-14. 42-20. Oh. 14-7. Niners resting players. I don't know about that. Cheyenne says, I stopped doing score predictions at the bye, and it's good luck. So I won't give you a score prediction anymore, Brad. Just win. If you want to convert your score prediction to a just win prediction, we'll allow it. If you want to go the Jesus route and just drop a just win, we'll allow it. But I respect this, and keep it up. Keep it up. If we found something that's working, don't mess with it. Don't mess with it at all. 45-12, 33-3, 21-7, 35-12, 49-12. Walker didn't practice again. He's probably not playing. He was a full participant today. He was full participant today. He didn't practice on Wednesday. So he went from no practice, limited, full. So he's playing. The only person that I think isn't going to play is potentially going to be Geno Smith, based on the fact that they signed an additional quarterback and they only have 2 quarterbacks on their roster. That to me tells me they signed Mannion because they needed a backup to Drew Lock. 37-10, 30-3. There we go. Just win. Exactly. Just win. That's my vibe too. Just win. I don't think they will. I don't think they'll get lackadaisical at all. I think they take care of this handedly, but hey, you never know. If I had to give my score prediction for this game, I think it's going to be a game where the 49ers offense is going to score a lot. And I think it's going to be a hefty W. So I think I'm gonna go 38. I'm gonna go 38-14. That's where I'm going. One of those touchdowns will be a garbage touchdown for Seattle. And also, bold take, Sam Darnold throws his first touchdown as a 49er, because the 49ers were just taking care of business, and they put Darney in, and Darnold comes in, slings a touchdown to Ronnie Bell. That's my bold take for the day. I think we're all in the same boat, though. We're in the same category. San Francisco 49ers coming out of this game with a dub, uh, locking up the division. Do you guys know? Do they officially win? Is this a hats and t-shirt game? I need to know. Or is it because we still have Arizona and the Rams at the end of the year? When does it become a hats and t-shirt game? I don't know if that's what this is. Maybe there's just not enough games left for that to be determined. I don't know, but uh I don't think it is. I think we would have heard more about it, but we'll see. We'll see. But regardless, the San Francisco 49ers have another great opportunity to lock up the West and continue to push forward for the number one seed. Obviously, this weekend, we're going to need a little bit of help from our Dallas Cowboys. So we shall see. Ooh, I have an interesting thought now, but let's get into this. All right. So this is going to be new for Prediction Fridays. So if you guys have been rocking with me, this is kind of like our structure. Every Friday, we look at the rosters, we do our predictions, offensive, defensive player of the game, bold takes, score predictions. But now on these Fridays, we're also going to be predicting winners for daily fantasy, courtesy of Sleeper. And I'm actually really excited about this because, like I said, I'm going to show you here in a second, like how easy this is. It's dangerously easy. It's dangerously easy. And when you start poking around and you start understanding, like let's say you haven't played daily fantasy before, and again, the whole point of daily fantasy, it's effectively, if you're familiar with parlays, you're kind of stringing together some plays, and if your whole ticket cashes, you win out. And I'm going to show you how easy it is. It's crazy easy. And to make it even easier, though, of course, it's going to give me an issue, isn't it? I think it's going to give me an issue. Hold on one second. Of course. Shout out StreamYard. All right. So this is what we're going to do. You're going to smash the like button. I'm going to disappear for 3 seconds and I will be right back. Right? Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I apologize. StreamYard really makes it difficult sometimes when you want to share your screen. So I apologize. I had to reset the browser because it does that sometimes. But we have this opportunity for my followers that is really cool, and no one else is offering this type of offer right here. So again, it's dangerously easy, but this is how it works. You download the Sleeper app right through the App Store. You set up your account, and so what you do is if you put in, you deposit an amount and you use the code SF9ers, Sleeper will match whatever you put in up to 500. If you go through any of these other daily fantasy sites, they only go up to 100. So if you really want to like get into this, or like you've already dabbled in some DFS and you kind of know what you're doing, and you know that you're going to be active, you could throw 500 as your first deposit, and Sleeper will kick another 500 at you. So you'll have 1,000 to mess around with. Ye- I'm telling you, man, these guys are for real. No one else is doing this type of stuff in this space right now. So I'm really excited about it because this is something new. This is something that, um, is up and coming. And I'm really excited to be on the ground floor with it, because I think that obviously you guys know, with the kind of new betting rules and all the ESPN bet and PFF bet and all these different types of things, this is just becoming more and more prevalent in the sports world. So I'm excited that we've been able to partner with Sleeper to kind of be on the ground floor with some of this stuff. So you're going to have this opportunity to get a really good matching deal. And then on top of that, if you want to even have some more fun, and this is how real Sleeper is and how serious they are when it comes to this stuff, you have the opportunity to enter into $1 million picks giveaway. And so essentially what this is, it's a giant pot. You can literally enter as many times as you want. You can have up to 4 entries into this a day, all the way up until December 25th. And then they're going to randomly select winners, and the payouts are insane. So if you're the first pick, and they're going to pick up to 10 winners. Actually, they're going to pick up to 145,000 winners. First place, you get 100,000. Second place, you get 75,000. Third place, $50,000. Fourth place, 20,000. Fifth place, 10,000. So on and so forth. If you place 11th through 145,000th, you get $5. So you get something. And to qualify, you could put as little down as 500, but you can go up to 4 tickets a day. So again, like I said, this Sleeper is not messing around. Like, I know you guys have seen all the other daily fantasies. No other of them are doing this. None of them are doing the $500 at deposit. Just use the code SF9ers to get into it. Man, I'm telling you guys, like, I love Sleeper, like, for fantasy football. Like, I use it for dynasty, I use it for redraft, but this DFS stuff is crazy now that I'm starting to understand it. And I want to just show you like how easy. And I want to do I want to make our first like custom slip. It's a little bit hard to see, but this is just kind of a screenshot of how you make your selections. Um, and if you can see right here, right, you have all these different options. You have your odds set here. So like, let's say for Christian McCaffrey, 81 and a half yards is the line, right? You either pick more or less. That's it. You're done. So if we think that Christian McCaffrey is going to have more than 81 and a half yards rushing, we just click more and we get a 1.7 multiplier. So however much money that we ultimately put, that is how it multiplies your earnings. So, but we could do if we wanted, you can see all these other options. If we wanted to do set the line at a half reception touchdown and we take the over the 40, you could win there. So we can go through all these different players and we can kind of mess with our ticket, and we just decide, do we think that Deebo Samuel is going to have more than 51 and a half reception yards? If yes, hit more. And if you say, well, I think he's going to have more rushing yards on this day, so I'm actually going to hit less, and the multiplier is more on the less side of it, because obviously the popular bet would be to bet the over. So you really have, like, literally you could pick and choose how you want to build out these tickets. So I figured, let's get on here. I'm not going to get into crazy in depth and explain it every single time that we do this, but this is like the first time. So I figured every week we can come on and we can place a slip. And once we start getting the hang of it, we could get even crazier with it. We can do some fun stuff with this. But I figured, let's think of some scenarios for this team. You can even do defense. You can even do kickers. Right now, the over under is set on Nick Bosa getting a half sack. So if we think Nick Bosa is going to get a sack, you just click more. And if he gets one sack, boom, you hit. You hit. But the minimum is 2, maximum 8. So you have a bunch of different options, all these different things that we can choose from. I also believe when you have a specific matchup, so if you look at my screen and you kind of look at it like this, as you can see on right next to it, you also have to pick a opposing player. So, like right now, like if we really do believe that Geno Smith isn't going to play in this game, you could take advantage right now of these lines and you could say, I think he's going to have more than a touch, or you could say, I think he's going to have less than half an interception. That is a 2 times multiplier. So, like, if you can, you can almost game the system a little bit, right? If you really, so I'm still figuring this out. It's very interesting, as I'm beginning to learn this, but I think we could have some fun with this, and we could make some money. So this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to give you I'm going to give you 3 players. I'm going to give you 3 players. I'm going to give you the 4 options, or the options to choose from, and then we're going to build out a slip, and then we'll see if it hits on the next show after the game. Like, I'm really excited about this. This is going to be my first time doing it, so I'm really looking forward to it. So let's go with Christian McCaffrey, shall we? These are the options for Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey over under 81 and a half yards. Christian McCaffrey over under 116 and a half yards. Christian McCaffrey 21 point over under 21.4 fantasy points. Christian McCaffrey over under half a reception touchdown. So if he gets one reception touchdown, the you hit. But this one has the highest multiplier if you pick more. So that means doesn't feel like a lot of people believe he'll have a reception touchdown. So if we picked a reception touchdown and he hits, it's 3 times whatever we bet. Does that make sense? I might have to do that one. I don't know. That might be the best one. What do you guys think? What do you think about betting the over on Christian McCaffrey going for a reception touchdown. Obviously, it could go either way, reception touchdown, rushing touchdown with CMC. So it's a bit of, it's not a slam dunk, but a 3-time multiplier if they win. I might not be bad. I might have to lock that in. I'm telling you, I'm figuring this stuff out. And it's so simple that you can really find a path where, man, you just pick, I think he's going to have more or less. So I think I might go CMC over 0.5 receiving touchdowns. So boom, that's it. Then we would get 3 times a multiplier. I see in the chat, Edward says Bosa 1 sack. All right. So if we go Bosa 1 sack, that's 1.5 multiplier. I'm going to take that. So we're going to do Bosa 1 sack. We're going to take the over. Now let's do one Seattle player. Let's do one Seattle player. Nope, this is sleeper. So let's do, and again, if you're just joining, we got some fire for you. We can do $500 deposit matching using the code SF9ers on your first deposit. This is more than any other DFS by 5 times. So let's do a Seattle player. So we got to pick another player in these matchups on the other team. Who do we want to do? Because this is the thing with Seattle. We don't know for sure if Geno Smith is playing. We really don't know. So, like I said, if we were to pick Geno Smith so the over-under for interceptions is at a half. So if we said Geno won't have any interceptions, it's a 2 times multiplier, but he hasn't been ruled out. So this might be something that we'll learn in real time if they don't actually play. Actually, you know what? I'm going to stay away from players who might not play just for the sake of learning how to do this. I'm going to stay away from players that we just don't know, but that might be a good opportunity. Geno might play, so I'm not going to mess with it. That might be a good opportunity though for us to go with like a receiver, right? Like Tyler Lockett. Over under 50 receiving yards, 49.5. Does he go over? Does he go under? I'm going to try to see. I want to see what would get the best multiplier. If Lockett were to get a touchdown, it'd be a 3-time multiplier. I don't know. Is Lockett going to get a touchdown? I don't know. Or do we feel more comfortable trying to hit on a guy like DK Metcalf, who we know is going to get targeted regardless? So if we said under 4.5 receptions for DK Metcalf, that would be a 1.8 multiplier. So 1.8 times the money that you put in. Ooh, this is a tough one. And so again, just for you guys, like I'm kind of working through this with you guys together as well, because this is going to be the first time I'm going to be putting in slips, and I'm excited. So once I figure this stuff out and we really get the hang of this, this is going to come in handy. I promise you. So what do we got in the chat? Geno's going to play. Yeah, he might. He might for sure. So we're DK. Should we go DK? DK, yeah, DK over 4 receptions. We're gonna take the over. We can play in California because I'm in California. This is a San Francisco based company, and this so it's considered fantasy. So we can play. So I'm in the Bay, so I can play. If you're in California, you can play as well. Ward's gonna be on DK Metcalf probably by himself again, and they always seem to try to force the ball to him. But I bet they try way more run game. And also, if let's just say for the fact that they do not they if they don't play Gino, I really it's gonna be interesting. All right, I gotta make a decision though here. Let's see. Let's see. How do we want to end this one out? I'm trying to think. So many variables here. So many variables. So let's do DK. Let's just do DK. Let's do over under on receptions. So the line is set at 4.5. Does he get more? Does he get 5 receptions or does he get less than 4 or less than 5? Over on 4.5, under on 4.5 for DK Metcalf on receptions. What do you think? Let's do this one. I want to see what you guys think in the chat. I want to see what you guys think in the chat. Oh, so far I see 3 overs. Another over, another under. Okay, I've seen enough. I've seen enough. We're going to take the over. We're going to take the over. All right. So, ooh, I might get spicy. I think I'm so again, this is my first time placing a custom slip, and I'm going to show you right here what I am thinking. And I'm going to show you the payout, how it works. So if we place this slip using 3 players, this is what the payout could look like. All right. So this is what our slip looks like that we just built. So if as you guys have noticed, I'm not showing the web version because right now it's only available in the app for DFS. So once we get the website up, we'll be able to just do this all on stream. But as you can see from so this is my slip. You can go up to 8, as little as 2. We picked 3. We went CMC, Bosa, DK. For CMC, we did the over on reception. So we got a 3-time multiplier if CMC gets a touchdown reception. If Nick Bosa gets the sack, we took the over. We get 1.5 multiplier. And then we also took the over on DK Metcalf at 4.5 receptions. If I throw down 20, you see the multiplier, it equals a 7.71 multiplier, and then that equals $154. If you want to get crazy and you want to throw let's say you are super confident in your ticket and you want to throw 100 at this, you could win $771 if you were that confident, right? So let's say if I just threw in, I'm going to throw in some random ones. I'm going to add a Debo over. I'm going to add a Ayuk over. I'm going to do a Jake Moody over. And so I'm going to max this thing out all the way up to 8 entries. If I hit dude, this is crazy, man. This is crazy. If I did, so I just added, so we have 8 total now. And if I picked 8 guys and I hit on all 8, you have the potential. Oh, it's really hard to see. You have the potential of winning $10,000. Do you 10 by putting 100 on 8 players, you could win $10,000. Okay, let's say you wanted to throw $20 on an 8-player slip. You want to throw $20 on an 8-player slip? If it will focus, you will see that's $2,000. You could win $2,000 off 20. I'm telling you guys. You might be like, oh, I saw the one guy's like, oh, the sleeper commercial's still going. Dude, I think this is low key like a gold mine. Like I've got all this football knowledge. I've never been able to bet in California, so I'm not up on that. I've never really done DFS before. But when you start poking around at this, dude, if I threw $10 on this ticket, and I win, it's $1,000. If I wanted to throw 5 on this ticket, 500. That's what I'm saying. Like, you could literally go at this low risk, high reward if you wanted to. I'm just saying. When you start messing around with this thing and you start picking the bets, I'm just saying. So again, if you guys are interested and you haven't signed up before and you want to get into it, I would just say look around. You have to hit on all your picks. It's like a parlay. So you have to hit on all of them. That's the beauty of it. That's why if you have 8 picks in your slip and you hit on all 8, that's how 5 turns into 500. That's how 20 turns into 2,000. You got to hit on all of them. You can go as little as 2 if you want. Like, you can go as high risk, low risk, whatever as you want. If you want to start small, you can start small. You can do all these different types of things. But man, like I'm telling you, like I'm just now getting gamed up on this and I'm looking at this like, where has this been my whole life? Like, this is perfect for people like us. For people like us who talk about and listen and ingest the type of football content that we do, to then be able to take that same logic and click a button to say, like we did the offensive players of the game, right? If you said CMC and you did a bold take, I think CMC is going to have 2 reception touchdowns. Well, then why not go in and take the over a 3-time multiplier on a line set at a half a touchdown? That's, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, this is the beginning. This is a start. I'm still figuring this out. So once I start to get a better handle on this, like I can share more knowledge with you guys. We can start to figure this out. And we could do this at the end of every Friday. Every Friday could be Pick'em Fridays. at the end of our predictions, we can build out some slips together, talk about which ones we like, and then we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Let's go. 250 on 3 picks. Let's go. Let's go. Seriously, start with 40. You don't have to go crazy. You really don't. So again, use the code SF9ers the first time you deposit. If you think you're going to play, I would deposit more just because they match whatever you're going to deposit. So listen, shout out to Sleeper, sponsor of the page, but I think if there's anything you guys have known about me, I don't push anything down your throat. For me to like push this stuff, hell yeah, Chili, post this in the Discord. 100%. 100%. For me to like share this with you like this, like I truly believe there's a benefit for you guys. Like obviously this is a great deal for and partnership with me and Sleeper, but if I could tell you how many times I've been approached about doing brand deals with companies that I do not mess with, or we want you to push this product, I don't do it. I don't do it. I have said no to more brand deals than you can imagine because I don't align with them. They don't align with my brand, they don't align with my followers, they don't align with any benefit to me. But this is one where I'm like, all right, we might be onto something here. Because if you can throw 5 and win 500, come on, you guys got $5. You got $5 to be one, more invested in the game, more individually invested in specific players. And then not only do you get the W at the end of the game, but you're walking away with 500 because you bet $5. That seems like a pretty good deal to me. This is new to me. This is a new deal with me and Sleeper. Obviously a great partnership. I'm really looking forward to this and the stuff that we can continue to build out. But again, there's something here. Like this is the new thing. It's where everything's heading. That's why you're seeing so much being invested into DFS, and this is why. $5 into 500? Come on. $10 into 1,000? If you want to throw 20, win it 2, you could pay rent. You could pay rent. It would be phenomenal. Brad, are you going to do a 30-minute sleeper ad every stream, or is this a one-time thing? Like I said, this is a one-time thing. We could do this at the end of every Prediction Friday stream. So the point being is we kind of talk about the matchups of the game. We talk about the ins and the outs from a football perspective. And then at the end of the game, or at the end of the show, we're like, all right, let's make our slips. Let's take the information that we just talked about and use it to why not have some fun? I mean, it's now do it responsibly. You know, I don't want you to tell you to go put your whole life savings on any of this stuff. But the point being is like, that would be dope. Like we literally do the whole matchup breakdown. Well, we think this guy's going to have success. We think this guy isn't. And then we actually apply it to maybe earn us some money. Like, I know you guys ain't got no problems with that. So this is a Friday thing. I'm going to try to integrate this into Prediction Friday. So yeah, shout out to Sleeper. And again, one more time, you want to get up to 500. You can use my code, the SF9ers, And however much you deposit, up to 5, they will match. You want to throw 250, they're going to throw 250 right back at you. You want to throw 10, they're going to throw 10 back at you. Right? So if you want to do your first bet just to see how it works, if you think you're going to use this and you like it, well, because theoretically you could put 100 in, you'll be getting 100 back. You could take that 100 that you got for free, put it on an 8-player slip. What if you win 10 grand? I'm just saying. This could be fun. The SF Niners, I don't know. We're going to have to come up with a name for this segment. I don't know. We're going to have to come up with something. $100 isn't nothing. To turn that into 10K is awesome. Also, Brad, if you want to post your picks in the Discord, feel welcome. Yeah, I gotta drop into the Discord for sure. I'm gonna be rich. That's the point. This stuff's crazy, man. So like I said, this is an evolution. This is the first time that we've added this. And we're going to see what happens. So, right on cue, Chili, they're calling you. Is it this chord or that chord? I don't know. Which chord is it? Is it this one? Or is it that one? How do you work it? Where do you plug it? I do not know. Listen, that's what I'm saying. You all know inflation is crazy. You all know life would be wild right now. So if we can take, like, imagine your wife, you're able to go to her and be like, babe, I just won us a rack based on me watching YouTube. And all that time you say I spend on football, you could take that knowledge that you have and put it to use and be like, hey wifey, look at your mans. I'm saying I'm excited about this. I don't get excited about things that I don't care about. Like it's just how I work. That's why I can do what I do. I love the 49ers. I talk about the 49ers all day. If I did not love them, I could not talk about them all day. No, we're not doing that. You're not doing. Imagine if you put your rent on a wager, that means you were trying to win millions of dollars. Is what is my takeaway from that. Oh, good stuff, guys. That's right. Take her on a trip. Look at what Papa just won with all that football knowledge you've been complaining about. Then get her in on the DFS. Get her engaged in the game. Be like, babe, I can show you how to win some money. And she might start watching games with you. Just messing with you guys. But again, I'm enjoying it. The least you can do is 2 picks. So you can do 2 picks at the least, most 8. And you can literally do any matchup. You could do basketball, you could do baseball. Guys, I'm telling you, man, we might have stumbled on something here. That's what I'm saying. You could put this to good use. You all know. Yeah, my lady's super supportive of me. Like, I mean, I got a whole office dedicated to doing what I do. But we all know. And they're like, you spent a lot of time doing football. Yeah, I do. But what if I could bring home a nice little check with it? I'm just saying. And again, like, you don't have to go crazy. You don't have to. 10 into 1,000? I'm just saying. 10. Where else can you go to turn $10 into 1,000 without doing a single thing? Not very many places. But you know where you can do it? Right here. All right, I'm going to get off my sleeper soapbox. I'm just excited. I'm really excited about this partnership that I got cooking with Sleeper. I'm really excited to see how our relationship can continue to grow. I'm excited to learn more about this because, like I said to you guys, I'm not a big DFS guy. I've never played it before. So I've, sat in with them on we had a meeting this morning. They literally broke it all down and like, this is what you do, this is how you do it. These are the and dude, it's that simple. It's really simple. It's basically build your own parlays. You can customize it however you want. And if you hit, you win. It's up to you how much you want to put on it, right? So again, we won't be this crazy in depth with the sleeper. We're gonna do the sleeper thing on Prediction Friday, maybe even integrate it into maybe before Thursday Night Football if we want to, things like that. We're gonna figure it out. That's what I'm saying, man. If you guys do this, please tell me, Chili. If you turn $100 into 10K, please do it. And the other thing too is that if you do turn in some tickets and you do win, we'll also celebrate them on this show. You know what I mean? I think that's a huge part of it too. Like if we hit on this ticket, we're going to celebrate our ticket. If you hit on a ticket, let me know. We'll celebrate on the ticket. We'll shout you out. We got the dub. If you took a bad beat, we'll be there for you on your bad beat. We like, I just needed one more rushing yard from this dude and I would have cashed this. Hey man, it happens. We'll be there for you too. So I think this is just going to add another element. Again, it's not going to drive our content. It's not going to be the main focus of our content. It's just going to be another added element. And of course, this is one of our partners now. And so we are going to show love for our partners. And I'm excited where this goes. I really am. I think, again, you figured out you can literally download Sleeper from the App Store. You don't have to put any money into it. You can just go poke around, press some buttons. You just go poke around, press some buttons, kind of figure it out. And if you're like, oh, I can mess with this. Just use that code. Use that code SF9ers and you'll get matched. Just saying. There we go, Chili. Let's go. Chili says, all right, Brad, I made a section just for sleeper picks in the Discord. Chili, let's go. Discord mod legend. Let's go. All right. I appreciate you guys. I'm out of here for now. I'm looking to see some winners next week. When who knows? Maybe we'll be talking about winners on the post-game show. Hey, if I win, we're talking about some sleeper winners on the post-game show. So we'll see. But we'll celebrate. We'll celebrate the wins. We'll be there for the L's. You know the L's are gonna come. Just be prepared. But I'm excited about this one. And man, if you guys win, I want to know. And we'll pull it up and we'll celebrate it. All right. Exactly. Because if we can win and the Niners win, man, talk about a combination. But appreciate you guys. Hopefully you guys have a phenomenal rest of your Friday. I'm out of here for now. Appreciate you all. Shout out to SDS. Grab your cookies on the way out. And like I said, have a phenomenal rest of your night. I will see you guys on Sunday. I will be at Levi's. So that means you will be getting in-stadium content from me and this channel. And I will see you guys later. Peace. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Love to see you.